So one of the most common myths I hear about carnivore diet for dogs, or carnivore diet for people even, is that it's way too expensive. And I'm going to disprove that myth right now. But when I was buying my dog processed kibble, I was paying, I think on average, about $68 for 25 pounds. So that's like $2.72 a pound, I think. And essentially it was premium kibble, but I was paying for extremely poor ingredients. I was paying for very low quality meat, very little meat, about 40 to 60% hyperprocessed carbohydrates, synthetic vitamins, the lowest quality ingredients that they can possibly shove in there, additives, preservatives, fillers, all that stuff. I was paying for all that. And my money was going to big industry. It was going to these large mega corporations that essentially run the dog food markets. So I was paying $68 for 25 pounds for a subpar product that was harming my dog, that is known to harm dogs and cause cancer and diabetes and weight gain and all these things. I was paying $68 for 25 pounds for that. Now, since I switched my dog to an all meat carnivore diet, I can tell you 100%, I consistently save money every single meal. No questions asked, hands down. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. I'm going to show you what my food costs. These are all the foods I include in my dog's diet every single day. I'm going to go over the cost of each, how it compares to kibble, and then I'm going to talk about sourcing and where I get my food. All right, so the first thing, free range eggs. So these, I paid $6.49 for 18. Not a bad cost when you consider this is an absolute superfood and contains pretty much all the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that it takes to grow an animal, because that's what an egg does. It grows an animal. So when you boil that cost down, these eggs cost 36 cents an egg. And you really only need to feed your dog like 1 egg per day. So this is something you can just add to your dog's meal. So this whole carton should last you about 18 days. My number one staple food, and this makes up about 50% of every single one of my dog's meals, is chicken leg quarters. All right, right there. So I got these from a local butcher shop. And as you can see, these cost me $1.19 a pound. Now I'm able to catch these on sale sometimes for 79 cents a pound, okay? Now, usually the cost of these from a local butcher shop, they run me on average 79 cents a pound to $1.79 a pound. This is not a bad price. I just got these a couple days ago, as you can see by the date right here. So this is one option. Again, these are sourced from a local butcher shop. And just to show you some other options, I bought one also from Walmart here. So this is Purdue Farms. All right, I paid $8.72 for these, so that boils down to 87 cents a pound. And this is a 10-pound bag. So 10 pounds of high-quality chicken. This is not as high quality as from a local butcher shop, obviously, and I don't really advocate shopping from big chain grocery stores, but it has to be done sometimes. It's a necessary evil sometimes. I get it. I do the same thing sometimes. But again, for this chicken, $8.72 for 10 pounds. The skin is on here. There's tons of collagen. The protein to fat ratio is almost perfect for your dog. And there's bones in there that can be fed raw as well. So this is a nutritional powerhouse for your dog and is one of my staple foods. Another one of my favorite staple foods is chicken gizzards. All right, so I got these from a local butcher shop. This was $1.08 for this entire container. The price per pound is $1.59. All right, and this is considered a muscular organ, and gizzards contain unique nutrients that will just help to round your dog's diet out. Now again, just as an example, because I got those gizzards from a local butcher shop, I got these from Kroger. All right, this whole pack right here was $2. $2 for this whole pack. So that's $1.60 a pound, and this is Heritage Farm. Again, this is from big chain retailers. Probably not as nutrient dense as the stuff I'm getting from a local butcher shop. But in a pinch, and if this is what you have access to, there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying these. And gizzards make up probably about 10% of my dog's diet. I like to throw those in there. Just kind of helps round her meal out. Another one of my go-tos, and this is probably my all-time favorite raw meaty bone, is chicken feet. So these can be kind of freaky for some people, but these things are absolute collagen powerhouses. There is nothing better. If you've ever taken chicken feet and boiled them down and made bone broth out of them, it's some of the most thick, consistent jello you'll ever see. All right, and as you can see, I got these for $2.24 a pound, and this whole container cost me $3.16. Raw meaty bones are usually around 10% of my dog's diet. They're digested very easily, and it's just another great food that helps round out your dog's diet. But when I make my dog's meals, I usually throw 1 or 2 of these in there every day, so this pack's gonna last me quite a while. Another fantastic staple food, and this is my personal favorite for myself, is ground beef. So as you can see, this ground beef right here cost me $2.99 a pound, okay? Now, I bought this, again, from my local butcher shop, but I also went by Walmart, I went by Kroger, and I priced their ground beef, and theirs was $3.25 a pound. So I was able to get this from a local butcher much cheaper, and this meat is much more high quality than what you can get at big box retailers. So I don't feed my dog a whole lot of ground beef. Now, I personally eat a ton of ground beef myself, and I'll be eating a lot of this, but red meats typically make up about 25% or so of my dog's diet. And again, that just adds some variety in there, some variation in nutrients, and helps balance out the meal. Another fantastic item. So tripe can often be found pretty darn cheap. As you can see on this one, I got this one for $2.99 a pound. Now, a lot of times you can find this at Walmart and other big box retailers as well, but this is essentially the stomach of a cow. And this adds very unique nutrients to the diet, tons of collagen, and it can be found very cheap. When I went by Walmart, I think I found that for $5.97 a pound. So getting this from a local butcher shop was way cheaper than getting it from Walmart. Another one of my favorite staple foods, and probably the best raw meaty bone, is turkey necks. All right, and I got these for $2.09 a pound from a local butcher shop. These can be a little harder to find at big box retailers. So places like Kroger, Ralph's, Walmart, things like that, might be harder to find. It depends on where you're at. Now, if you go to your local butcher shop, most of them will carry this kind of stuff. And turkey necks is tons and tons of tendon. There's some great meat on there. The bones inside are pretty easily chewed. They're pretty easily digested. And this is a great option for getting bones in your dog's diet, tendon, unique nutrients, protein, and there's a perfect protein to fat ratio because this is a darker meat. So there's quite a bit of fat in here, and there's plenty of protein as well. So this is a perfectly balanced meat to add to your dog's diet. Now, what I usually do with these is I'll just cut them up in small sections, and I'll add a small section to each of my dog's meals. And again, that just adds some unique nutrients, some extra bones, some extra meat, tendon, collagen, all that good stuff. Pretty much everything your dog needs to thrive. And my last carnivore staple food for my dog is this right here. And this is essentially all of the scrap meat that my butcher has. They just grind it all up and they package it and sell it for dog food. All right, so this costs $2.49 a pound. Now, the great thing about this is going to have all different kinds of cuts in here. It's going to be all the scraps from the steaks they've cut up, all the organ meats, skin, all this stuff. It's going to be packaged in this roll right here. And $2.49 is way cheaper than ground beef. It's cheaper than some chicken. It's cheaper than a whole lot of meat products. And I usually go in there and I'll just buy them out. I'll buy as much as they possibly have. And then I cut this up and I'll package it in individual pieces. That way when I'm ready to pull it out, I can just grab one of the sections and I feed that in my dog's meal. So this usually ends up being a part of the 25% of the red meat I feed my dog. And again, tons of unique nutrients in here. If you have a local producer that makes this stuff and sells it, I would highly recommend it, especially if you can get it this cheap, just because of the unique nutrient profile it's going to have. And of course, no meal would be complete without kidney, nutrient powerhouse, and liver, another nutrient powerhouse. And I don't source a lot of my organs locally because I hunt and I can get a lot of this stuff from the animals I hunt. But if you were to buy this, you can usually get it for anywhere from $1 to $3 or $4 a pound. So it's really, really cheap. It's only going to make up about 2% of your dog's diet. So it's going to last you a very, very long time. And the nutrients you get for the cost is unmatched. So this is what a grocery haul for my dog looks like. You've got the turkey necks in here. You've got the dog food, the ground meat from my local butcher shop, the eggs, the tripe, chicken leg quarters, ground beef, gizzards, more chicken leg quarters, and chicken feet. If you're having a hard time finding these foods at your local retail chains, I'm going to put a link in the description below to my website. It's apexpackandtribe.com. There's a map on there that I created over the course of about a year, and there's over 7,200 listings for local farms and local butcher shops all over the United States. Please, please, please use this map. That's what I built it for. It's 100% free to use. If you can't find anything in your area, let me know, and I'll see if I can search something up for you. But I touched every single one of those websites myself, and there are very few places in the United States that does not have local farms around it. And if you can't find anything, look around other areas too, because a lot of these farms and a lot of these butcher shops offer shipping options now, and some of them actually have delivery routes. But again, the map is 100% free to use. Please use it. That's what it's there for. I'm a huge advocate for buying local. You can find the best deals there. It keeps our money in our economies, helps boost our local economies. It helps local farmers and ranchers. It helps support small businesses. And it puts us, the people, in touch with the highest quality, nutrient-dense food that money can buy, in addition to helping us maintain food sovereignty and nutritional independence. So I really hope you got some value out of this. If you have questions, if there was something in this video I might have missed, maybe I didn't cover, definitely leave me a comment. Feel free to ask any questions you might have. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you did get some value out of this and you're looking forward to more content like this, I'm actually going to be doing kind of a series of videos around these same topics. So feel free to like, subscribe, join the Apex Tribe, and I'll see you in the next one.